My name is Derek and I do YouTube videos about audio equipment. Videos about audio. I know it doesn't make sense, but if you guys enjoy that type of stuff, you might enjoy subscribing to my channel and I'd appreciate it. So stick around for the cool content and don't be surprised if you see a big dummy.
What's up guys, Big D Wiz, oldschoolstereo.com. Today we're going to check out a Sony Xplod. Try not to let it explode. This is an ad from 2001 Car Audio and Electronics. You can see this ad here for the Sony Mobile ES Xplod. And the amplifier's down here on the right. Let's take a closer look at it. Oh yes, 3 4-ohm subs, 1.3 ohms. Says it equals 810 watts. So yeah, this amp was marketed as a 1000 watt amp, but can it really do it?
You big dummy.
Here are the other ratings of the amp. 300 watts at 4 ohms, 600 watts at 2 ohms, or 1000 watts at 1 ohm. And including that ad that said 810 at 1.3, so we're going to try them all. First off, let's check the Car Audio and Electronics 2001 directory. 2K1 in the house. Here it is, the XM 3001. It's actually GXD, not SXD. They had that model number wrong. You can see $399 retail price back in the day. Let's take a closer look at the amp itself. Measurements 10.5 inches or 264 millimeters by 14.1 inches or 358 millimeters. And the thickness is right around 2 inches or 50 millimeters. All the connections are made on one end of the amplifier. You can see 3 25 amp fuses for 75 amps of fusing, 12 volt ground remote. There's also a button there for test tone. We have a variable phase, high level inputs. We have RCA level inputs and outputs. We have the low pass adjustable filter. We have a low boost level and also a gain. And then there's 2 outputs for the speakers. Again, this is a monoblock amplifier, so they just provide 2 outputs in case you want to hook up multiple speakers. Stay around for after the dyno test. We'll check out the guts of this bad boy. Now we have the amp all wired up. Let's fire up the Amp Dyno. And all the tests you're going to see here, friends, are RMS power. That's right, these are not peak. These are RMS. So let's start off first with a 4 ohm test where it's rated 300 watts. At 14.4 volts. We'll try this test certified up to 1% THD using the 40 hertz track. You can see we easily got that. We got 406 watts at 14.44 volts. We measured the efficiency to be approximately 80%, so pretty good at 4 ohms for the Sony. Let's try the 2 ohm test where it's rated 600 watts at 14.4 volts DC. We'll try the certified test again, 40 hertz up to 1% THD. Good, 653 watts, right at 14.4, 14.38. So not too bad. Efficiency is not so great, getting a little worse, 71.5%. Let's move on to the 1.3 ohm test. Now this is where the Sony ad said it'll do 810 watts at 14.4. So we're going to try at 40 hertz. Let's see what we get. Oh, not quite there. 795 watts. And you can see we had over 14.4, 14.52. And the efficiency is it's getting a lot worse. 63.3%. Now we'll try the dynamic test, which simulates music playback, subwoofers, musical dynamics. And yeah, wow, look at this. Pretty good. Over 1,000 watts. 1,222 watts at 14.63. So the amp has good dynamic headroom, which is always good for a subwoofer amp. Now we'll try the 1 ohm test. Now this is where it's rated 1,000 watts at 14.4. Again, we'll start with the certified test. This takes us up to 1% THD, 40 hertz, and not quite there, 891 watts. And the efficiency, woo, yeah, 58.4. Not very good for a Class D amp. Let's try it up to clipping since the rating said up to 1.2% THD, so we'll try up to clipping. You can see it kind of died right there at 890 watts. So dynamically though, check this out, 1,442 watts, which is very good for this amplifier. So overall it did okay. Let's check the results out here. Each of the different ohm loads and tests. 4 ohms is rated 300 watts, and we got over that at every single rating. by quite a bit, so it did good at 4 ohms. 2 ohms still beat its ratings at every test, and 849 watts dynamic is very impressive. 1.3, this is where it started falling short. It's rated 810 watts, and we got 795, and then we got 1222 dynamic. 1 ohm, again, the certified and uncertified, it did not meet the 1000 watts, but dynamically it killed it. So let's try the bass song, see how it sounds with the Infinity subwoofer.
All right, we got the Sony here hooked up to the Infinity Kappa Perfect Sub. Let's feel a little bass, what you say? All right, let's take this amp, take the bottom off and see what kind of guts we got on the inside. All right, because I'm dedicated, I'm gonna try to get into this amp so you guys can see the actual guts and not the bottom of the circuit board. Alright, here's the guts of the Sony. You can see it's a relatively small transformer here. And let's see if we can see the size of those filter caps. 35 volt, 1000 microfarad. There's our PWM chip. There's a choke. There's a little ribbon cable that goes showing you the power and LEDs and stuff. Here's some more filter caps. These are 35 volt, 220 microfarad. And then you can see all the rail capacitors here. It's very weird. 63 volts, 1000 microfarads. There are 2 by 2, 4, 6.
You big dummy.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There's 20 of them. Yeah, so there's the guts of the Sony Xplod Mobile ES XM6001 GXD. Cool. You're welcome for opening up. It was a big pain in the butt. Thumbs up for opening up, please. I gotta get some sound deadening here in the OSS Labs. Even this little Sony Mobile Xplod ES is just rattling stuff all off the walls. Of course, this is underrated sub that you guys hate on. But anyway, yeah. So Sony Xplod, a little shy on the 1 ohm test. Didn't quite get to 1000 watts. But honestly, I was impressed with it overall with what it did. You know, most of the times you see this on the amp, it's not going to do anywhere near that. And this one actually did over that using the dynamic test. But still, it's a cool design. That's the main reason I got it. See the X on the amp? Kind of neat. But anyway, there you have it. Till next time, BD Wiz, you know where I'm at. I'm out of here.